After my episode on Daredevil last month, I realized that some people might need a Geek Crash course on the other Marvel heroes headed to Netflix in the near future. So we're dialing up the heroes for hire for a Geek Crash course on Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones, this week on Geek Crash Course West. Danny Rand, the Immortal Iron Fist, first appeared in 1974's Marvel premiere number 15. Danny is the son of Wendell Rand, who was raised in the mystical city of Kunlun, later leaving and becoming a wealthy businessman in America. Years later, Danny and his mother are led on an expedition by Wendell that ends in tragedy. Like, an insane amount of tragedy. Basically, Danny's the only survivor of the expedition and is taken in by the people of Kunlun. He trains in the martial arts, eventually defeating a dragon and plunging his hands into the dragon's molten heart, arising with the powers of the immortal Iron Fist. Danny gets a power set that perfectly complements classic kung fu films, including incredible martial arts skills, healing trances, transcendental meditation, and a legendary title. In modern comics, it's been revealed that, as Iron Fist, Danny Rand is actually one of 7 immortal weapons, powerful warriors with badass titles like Prince of Orphans, Bride of Nine Spiders, and Fat Cobra. Pre-existing Iron Fist nemesis Davos, aka the Steel Serpent, was retroactively added to the immortal weapons roster with the new title of Steel Phoenix. Davos is basically an evil palette swap of Iron Fist, and he gets considerably more fleshed out in the modern stories. If you want to dig into the adventures of Iron Fist, check out some of the classic stories because they're just some great 70s comic book storytelling. For something a bit more modern, check out the Immortal Iron Fist series written by Ed Brubaker and Matt Fraction with incredible art by David Aja and Travel Foreman. It's a properly amazing take on the character and world of Danny Rand, drastically deepening the backstory of the character and his powers. There's actually a new Immortal Iron Fist series in progress right now that's promised to retcon a lot of the Iron Fist backstory, so that might be worth checking out too if you want to stay current. The art, as a bonus, also looks really good, so enjoy. When the modern comics revealed that Danny Rand is just one in a long line of Iron Fists, they also gave him a specific number. Rand is the 66th to hold the title of Iron Fist. Luke Cage first appeared in 1972's Luke Cage Hero for Hire number 1. Cage is a wrongly convicted prisoner who trades parole for his participation in a medical experiment. The experiment is designed to give humans the ability to resist all diseases, but along with increasing his healing abilities, the procedure also gives Cage bulletproof skin as well as superhuman strength and durability. Initially billing himself as the Hero for Hire, Cage later takes on the superhero moniker of Power Man. Though billed as a hero for hire in his early days, basically working as a superpowered private detective, Cage would often not take the money, especially when cases went badly. And they often did. Later, he and Iron Fist joined forces as the Heroes for Hire, a partnership that has developed into a sort of buddy cop friendship over the years. In more recent comics, Cage and Iron Fist joined the New Avengers, a series focusing on Marvel's street-level heroes, with Cage often portrayed as the team's leader. Meanwhile, the Heroes for Hire team name has been taken on by an all-female group. In fact, the Power Man name has also been taken up by a new, younger Power Man with a similar power set. Cage himself has just sort of been Luke Cage since then, because the name Luke Cage is really cool, like, already. If you're looking to dig into some classic Luke Cage adventures and can tolerate a sort of 1970s vibe of comics in general, you should check out the original run. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. The Heroes for Hire stuff is great too. Rand and Cage working together is awesome. And the more recent New Avengers stuff with Cage as the head of an Avengers team is a great progression of his character and a lot of fun. Rand also shows up. He gets a pretty terrible new white costume. We're trying not to talk about it anymore. It's for the best. Luke Cage once did go to extreme measures to collect a payment he was owed, hijacking an Avengers Quinjet, traveling to the Eastern European country of Latveria, and confronting Fantastic Four villain Dr. Doom. The fee Doom owed Cage? $200. Created for the 2001 series Alias, Jessica Jones was retroactively added to the Marvel Universe by writer Brian Michael Bendis. Exposed to radioactive chemicals in a car crash as a child, Jessica Jones later discovers that the radiation has given her superhuman strength, durability, and flight. In her superhero career, Jones has operated under the names Jewel, Knightress, and Power Woman. The Alias series, no relation to the TV show, takes place years after a horrific attack by a supervillain that caused Jones to forgo her superhero identity, instead taking on a life as a private detective. She keeps her contacts list full of her old heroic friends, though, and they tend to hang out. After the Alias series ended, writer Brian Michael Bendis brought Jones and her backstory to his run on the Avengers line of titles. Within the pages of New Avengers, Jones and Luke Cage continued a romance that started in Alias, which has since culminated in their marriage and the birth of their bright-eyed daughter, Danielle. If you're looking to pick up some adventures of Jessica Jones, she tends to show up in hubby Luke Cage's appearances in New Avengers. If you want to dig into Jones's first appearance in the comic book series Alias, be warned, the series was published as part of Marvel's Max line, which tends to publish R-rated comic books. Not terribly family-friendly, to put it lightly. Before the Marvel Comics Netflix announcement, the Alias comic series had already been optioned for a pilot by ABC. While in development, this pilot, because of the previous Alias TV show, was titled AKA Jessica Jones. If you were a superhero, would you charge? Let me know in the comments below, and remember to subscribe for more Geek Crash Course. Until next week, if you have any questions, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, or our website, geekcrashcourse.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Geek Crash Course. And a legendary title. See that thing I do with my voice? That's how real announcing works.